And hello again, Internet. Well, I fully expect this one is going to get hit with all kinds of content ID bots. So, see you next month, YouTube. But we are here looking at .hackgu. And there's a reason for this. As you can see down here, the first game is listed as clear, the others are not. Well, this game I need to deep dive. I haven't really done a review analysis of a game in quite a while. I mean, what I kind of want to do with the channel. I do give my opinion of the games while I'm doing them, but I haven't really gone into extensively with the game. And I'm not sure how extensively I'll be able to with this one. I'm basically just going to point out things as I'm playing, as I always do. But this game in particular is going to be a bad one. Oh, it's going to be a bad one. It's down there, not quite Legacy of the Wizard Zero bad, but excuse me a moment. My throat is still a bit wrecked. It's better, as you can hear, but still a bit wrecked, and I'm going to have to cough up every now and then because it's still got crap flowing in. Anyway, it's not quite Legacy of the Wizard bad, but it's really, really down there. It is one of the worst games I have played throughout the entire fucking thing, and I want to point out why. When I finished it, I was presented with three options, basically. Number one, drop the thing. Number two, go ahead and just keep playing and finishing the other parts. And I was like, wait a minute. There's a third option that I actually really ought to do, and that is number three, this. Go back, stream the first one. Now again, a lot of my initial reactions to the first one are not going to be as good as they were when I was initially playing it, because I know all the crap coming up. But I'm going to replay the first one and explain on stream why this game is absolute dog shit. And I know this game has a lot of fans. A lot of fans. And I'm just going to say this right now. I played the other PlayStation 2 series before this one. I have fond memories of that one. It does things better than this one does. Straight up. If this was the only one you played and you enjoyed this, go play the better version. I know, you can't find them anymore. I had all four of them, and they were fucking stolen, so, you know, there's $1,000 gone, or something like that. Several $100s at the very least. Yeah, that pissed me off. Because mine were in great condition, too. Yeah, this is going to be fucking terrible. So, let's get started. And as you see, I have beaten this one before, so I've got load data on here. But we're going to do a new game. Start from scratch. And I'm going to, this is going to get hit with all of the content ID bots. Because I'm going to be doing all the news, all the video. We're going to do normal mode. None of this cheat shit, because you don't need to. That's one of the things about this game. You don't need to cheat, and I will show you why. Let's get going. And I have no doubt that the other two parts are going to be almost as bad. And one of the first things to note about this, quote, game, unquote, and I mean it when I say it like that, I have a joke when I was playing another PlayStation 2 classic, Xenosaga. I called Xenosaga the best anime I've ever played, because it was an anime with video game cutscenes. And let me tell you, .hack here blows that ratio out of the fucking water. This is barely a video game. This is basically another version of the anime. And I say another version of because .hack has the same problem as Aliens. You notice I've played a lot of Aliens games on this channel. Alien vs. Predator, all kinds of versions of it, Alien Isolation. I just haven't done Isolation yet, but Colonial Marines, Alien vs. Predator, a lot of these Alien games, they all have the same fucking story. And that's basically the same Aliens story. And that is that Wayland Yunty is trying to capture the alien for themselves. And blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. It's the same thing every fucking time. .hack falls into that same trap. If you've seen one dot hack, you've seen them all, because it is the same story over and over and over again. Players of the MMO called The World are falling into a coma from playing The World, and somehow it hasn't been shut down. In fact, there's a new version of it. And you have to find out why. And you're the special person who has access to a special thing that will help you find out why.
Oh, this is cool.
It is so bad. And again, you got to remember also when this was done.
Hey.
This is almost 20 years ago. So back kind of at the beginning
the adept
of
Yeah,
MMOs.
I'm talking to you.
And I do say kind of at the beginning because, I mean, they existed for a little bit beyond this. Honestly, MMOs got their start as MUDs,
I take it this is your
multi-user
first time playing
dungeons,
this game.
back on the days of
Yeah.
BBSs.
I just finished installing it
That's
to my
something
PC.
that people don't really realize is
Well,
how old
if you
MMOs
wish,
really are.
we
Yes,
will
you
be
would
honored
dial
to
in
show
with your
you
modem
around.
to one of these BBSs, and there'd
I
be
am
set up
sure you would
worlds
like to
there that you
become
had
well
characters you could
acquainted as
log
soon
in
as
with,
possible.
and games
Just
to
say
play
yes
there.
and
Most of them
come
were
along
custom
with
made
us.
for that
I promise
set.
you
I mean, there
won't
were a
regret
few
it.
that had a software that was shared between various BBSs, so you'd have
Alright,
different
it is decided
servers
then.
effectively. There were some that,
Here,
it was some
I'll
guy who
hand
just
you my member
was
address.
making the program as he went, and you went into it.
Member
All
addresses
right,
are
so
short email addresses that
this
you
thing's
can
going to get a
only
lot
use
of
in the
stuff
world.
wrong about how things ended up
Short
being.
mail allows
It's
you
actually kind of
to
amusing
instantly
how much it
send
gets
and
right,
receive
though.
messages
You
from
know how,
any
how
player
some of the things it
online in the
predicted are
world.
kind of
You
getting
can
there,
only
yeah.
invite people
Yeah.
that you have
But
member
yeah,
addresses
and
for
I'm
to
letting
join
the
into
stories
your
go.
party.
I'm gonna let the stories play,
All right,
which is why I
so
think
let's open
YouTube's
the
gonna hit
menu.
this. If you guys want to see it, you can just read the damn thing down there. Hello, I've pressed the button. There we go. Yes, now I select party, blah, blah, blah. It's teaching me how to play the game, which
This is
works.
a list of all the people who have a member address.
And you'll note how shady these people look. I mean, you can tell right away what's going to happen here. First time I played this, I knew exactly what was going on here. These guys are trolls. They're going to PK you when you get in there.
Okay.
Because of fucking
let's have
course they
some
are.
Fun.
Because, I mean, look at the icon he's using. They didn't even try to hide the stuff.
I am honored
He's
to
a villain.
lend you my sword.
They're villains. We know this. Just the way they're talking.
Okay, great.
It's not
now
subtle.
Your party is complete. Remember, you can only invite people logged into the world.
Enough with the formalities. Should we go on to your first adventure?
I'm going to be coughing through this. I apologize. Okay. Let's go to the save shop. Press A. We're going to go ahead and overwrite my main save here. I've got it backed up. Don't worry. And that's been saved. So I now have a new game going. Go to the Chaos Gate and begin your adventure. Now, this is actually one of the things I actually
This
really
is a
like
transporter called a
about
Chaos Gate.
the worlds. And I
Players can
think
use
this
this to
actually
travel from the
would
root
make
town
for a
to other
fantastic
locations.
setup for an actual MMO.
Choose
And
warp
it's,
menu.
You go to the warp menu here.
In the world,
Now,
all locations
we're gonna go to a
except for root
bookmark,
towns, fields, and dungeons
but-
are called areas.
We have an area world. It's
You
set
can
up
warp
as
to
it's
these
telling you right
areas
now.
by combining
It's a
three
three-word
words at the
combination.
Chaos Gate.
So effectively, the game
These
is
words
filled with
Determine the
procedurally
type of
generated
area,
content.
monster strength, and so on.
However,
All right,
every now and
let's
then
try
there will
out
be
the
a
word selection.
special world.
Choose area
that-
word from the menu.
If you choose a specific combination,
This is where you input the words. The thing at the top is the word
Yeah.
plate.
if you have a
You combine
specific
the
combination.
three
By the
words
way,
in here
you're
to
going to notice
create
some
the
very
area
famous
you
voice
wanna
actors
go.
in this one. I think Johnny Youngbosch is one of the main characters in it. I know Steve's in this. Oh God, everyone's fucking in this. This is because
The
this
gyro
is
at the left of the
Namco
screen shows your
Bandai.
current stock
They
of
were one of the
words.
ones doing the voice acting for anime and translation at the time.
You can get more words by
So it's
getting
owned by them,
information
so they're
from
just doing
other
it in-house
players, emails,
effectively.
And forums. Okay,
Um,
why don't you give it a try?
they're
Let's
the
start with
publisher of
first
this.
Word. Choose courageous from your stock.
And of course, this is back when this stuff was really popular. And they could afford it because they sold this game 3 times. You are playing 1/3 of a game. That is one of the things. You are not playing a full game, 3
Okay,
full
now
games.
you can go to your
This is
first area.
1/3 of a game. it has the content of
Oh yeah.
actually
I almost
honestly
forgot.
less than one
See
third
the
of the
mark
game.
left of the area
It's
word?
fucking awful.
That's a server symbol. It indicates the server you're currently in.
I mean,
Right
this
now,
was
it's
this
showing
really was a
triangle for
ripoff when they
Delta.
made it. It absolutely was.
So,
At
as you can
least
see,
Last
we are all in the
Recode
Delta server.
is decent
If
in
it's a
that you
different
get
server,
everything
you'll go to
at
another
one price,
area,
and generally
even
a
with the same
discounted
area
price.
word. Pay
I wish they
attention
would
to
do that with
server
the other
symbol
one.
when invited
I don't
to
know
an
why
area
they
by
don't
a
do it
friend.
to the first game as well. I'm just gonna call it the first game because it's not the first set of games. It is the first game. Each one of those was about a quarter of the game, and I knew it back then. I know I didn't finish I know I never played the fourth one. I think mine was still in the box, honestly, which makes it even more valuable. It's still wrapped up. Would have made it even more valuable today. I don't know if I finished 3 or if I just got partly into 3. I know I played 3, and I know I bought
If you
4.
want to know more, just check out some of the forums.
And
Alright,
that's going to come up,
Then
the
we're off
forums.
to
Oh
Delta
god.
Courageous Engaging
That's going to
Daydream.
be one of my most hated things. So again, I have played at least this one before. It's not a thing. Now, we're in the dungeon. Here's one of the things. The dungeons in this
we've all
version,
been
this
transported
is
to a
revision
field.
2 of the world. Now,
Open
that's
your
not
map
entirely
to
unheard
take a
of.
look at the layout.
I don't know if it was, I don't remember when the time frame of this is versus Star Wars Galaxy. I'm pressing back, thank you. Versus Star Wars Galaxies. There we go.
This
See, there's
is
the
area
map.
map.
It's showing you how to play the game. And it's actually kind of cool
Use
that it
this
does.
screen
I'm
to
glad
check
that it
current
gives you a little bit of
position,
tutorial
mission
here.
info,
But I
and
don't
any
know the
other information
timeline
you may
between
need.
this and Star Wars Galaxies when Star Wars Galaxies did their system, completely revamped everything, which I know pissed some players off and
This
made
is our
other players
mission.
a lot happier. They aren't the only game to do that. Final Fantasy XIV is completely been redone
Missions
from
are
its original
basically,
and is apparently fun right. It's
well, I guess
really
they're
fun
sorta
right now. I don't
like
know how it
our
was originally,
objective.
but
It looks like
I
this
know
is a
someone who
collection
played it
mission.
originally and did not like it. So I would say
We
that the
must collect
revamp
3
really
symbol
worked in that
fragments
case.
and make our way to the Beast Temple.
However, this isn't
symbol
what this
fragments
is. This
are
wasn't
in
a complete
treasure
revamp.
chests found
This
on the
is,
altars.
the previous version
The
of the
altars are
world
protected by monsters.
had the
So
stigma
only
of,
options are to
putting
open the
people into
treasure without being
comas,
seen, or
and
defeat
it
the
was
monsters
eventually
first,
taken
then
down.
Open the treasure.
and apparently
These
there was
are
a
the
fire
altar
at the place and
icons.
everything.
I suggest
We will see
first
that
head to
story in
each of
this
these
because I'm going to go
icons
through all the
and
news
open
and
the
all the other
treasure
bullshit in
chests.
this.
Now, this is the icon for the Beast
So all
Temple,
that happened.
which is our final destination.
Data was lost, so they made a new version
Okay,
of it.
Now that we've confirmed what our mission is, let's be on our
That's
way.
just. And in all honesty,
Wait up, Asta.
it
You
feels
forgot
like
one more
they were
thing.
rushing to remake the thing and didn't do as well. Because honestly, like I said, the
Okay, this time let's
dungeons
really get
here,
going.
the area worlds here, nowhere near as good as they were in the original. Less versatile, less everything. They're just not as good. Okay, what was the button to jump? There isn't one. Right.
Nice. We found an altar already.
So go kill the things around the altar. You want to try to get behind them.
This'll be quick.
Because sometimes they'll look at you. And the funny thing is,
Once
like,
the battle
one
begins,
can look
the
at you,
battle
and if you
area
target a
spreads
different
out
one, you'll
like
still get a
this.
surprise attack.
The battle area is surrounded by the battle fence, so it's virtually impossible for anyone to escape.
The only way to escape from a battle is with an item called a smoke screen.
Asta and I don't have one right now, so we'll have to fight it out.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, I know, the tutorial
Not
bit
too bad.
does kind of suck. I'm glad it's here,
Not so difficult, huh?
but it's a little hand-holdy. I mean, like, actual MMOs aren't this bad. I notice that these things aren't... Oh, I have to hold it down now.
Yeah, keep it
Like,
up.
notice the AI is just not fucking responding. There, now it will. Alright, that one's dead.
We never lose.
So the AI teammates finally decided to step in. I'm going through this part quickly. It's just the tutorial. It's just saying you got to pick up these 3 pieces before you can go in there. And that's how you beat this dungeon. And notice how fucking small this area is. Also, I hate that where the thing just disappears. Like,
I'll teach you about using
the map on the
skills to
top
attack.
left disappears a lot, and it pisses me off.
My sword fears nothing!
The regular and combo attacks are just simply normal attacks. Skills enable you to do much more damage to your enemies.
Okay.
Okay, what you see here is the skill trigger menu.
Also,
see the
one
4
thing to
panels?
note with these games,
You can press the button that
the
corresponds
first
to each
game
panel
is
to execute
really
a different art.
simplistic. They
Now
add
try it out
mechanics
by using
to
the
the
arts.
games as they
Scale
go.
them.
So your first version of the game is lacking a lot of the mechanics
All right.
of the series.
Perfect.
And that's going to become really relevant in this one.
The
And
skill
we'll see.
trigger is not just a shortcut.
It can also be used to stop enemy attacks, or it can be used to interrupt one of your own.
Yeah.
You're forgetting something important, EO10? There is an even more important use for the skill trigger.
Of course I haven't forgotten. You're talking about Rengeki, right?
Okay. Come on, one of these guys. There you go. Notice how the voices cut over each other? Yeah.
There you go.
Very well. Shall we let him play as he wishes?
That's a good idea. All right, Haseo, it's all up to you now.
So here we are. Yes, we're playing as Hoseo. And yeah, this is one of these RPGs where you don't really have a say in what happens. Like, that's one thing I really don't like about this game in particular is when I say it really is an anime with some barely qualify as a video game segments between it. Hence why there's the cheater mode where you can just straight up play it and not care. Because that's kind of how this game is meant to be, really. They just wanted to have an anime and figured they could sell it in 3 $60 parts if they made an attempt at a video game in between. Couldn't Regeki again because they has a time on how many times you can do it. Yay, I leveled up. It literally doesn't matter right now. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, so we got the judge's symbol.
Yeah, awesome job.
My
All right,
God, I didn't realize just
let's
how
finish
bad
off
the
by
models
heading
are
for
on
the
these
Beast
arms.
Temple.
Okay, now use the map. to
PlayStation
check your
2 era,
position,
what can I
just
say?
Like we taught you.
I still think this is PlayStation 2 is about the era where things first started looking good enough to be in 3D. Which means, yes, I think PlayStation 1 should not have been 3D. It looks like garbage. And after all, the best PlayStation 1 game is 2D. Symphony of the Night. More games have done 2D on PlayStation. But nah, 3D was the new hot and everyone wanted it. Everyone had to have the new hotness. Alright, so now we go down. And this is the goal of all these various areas. You complete the mission, you come down to the shrine in the middle, and there's the treasure chest, which holds the thing that you're down here for. But you notice how quick that was. And I mean, yes, this is a level 1 area. It doesn't get better.
This is a statue of Folset, the god of law. We just call it the Beast statue. But
Yes,
I
you're always
think
going
in
to the
the
Beast
game
statue.
story, it's supposed to be an important god or something. You see that treasure box?
Yeah.
That's the offering to the Beast statue.
Now, also you're going to
There's a
note,
rare item inside of that you can
there's only one
get in
treasure
this
box,
area.
right? But there's 3 people in the
Go
party.
ahead and open it, Haseo.
You always open the treasure box.
Go ahead. You're still a noob. You need all the help you can get.
And that's the stupid part. That's the really stupid part. The only one who ever gets the treasure is you. And of course, then you have to give it to the teammates if it's for them.
Thanks.
But, yep. See, big surprise here. And this is the one thing that I really like. I'm sorry. PvP games have existed for a very long time.
And our reward is you.
I love taking out these pathetic noobs. It's really quite fun.
It's like, even PvP in MMOs was a well-established thing by this point.
Hey, hold on. I thought you said I could kill this one.
It's
Don't you remember?
not as they make it out in these games.
This is my reward.
Like, bitch, you're level 10. You do not have that sword. See, and this is just so bloody dumb. Making it out to be just this huge deal. It's a fucking video game. Of course, the ironic part is, I did not die at all during the game. It is so stupidly easy. I don't even know what the penalty for dying in this game
Nice
is.
try, dear.
Oh no, it's so terrifying. What are we gonna do? What a traumatic experience. I died in a video game. Now, it was more traumatic in actual RPGs
Well,
or MMOs where you could lose a lot of the stuff that you were, hard work invested in.
Come on, say something already.
But
I swear, just pretend to be their friend.
this guy just fucking started. He doesn't have anything to lose even.
Hey, you're still around, aren't you, kid?
So what's the point?
Huh? What the?
That's also why a lot of MMOs have safe zones around the new areas to prevent that from happening. But I mean, look at games like EVE Online, for crying out loud. Like, that one's got some real traumatic potential for PvP. And again, you're safe in the new zones. So this is just... this is stupid. That's all this is. And being treated like this is some horrific thing. Oh no, I died in a video game. Well, I'm never going to play this game anymore. I just got PK'd. That's terrible. Although that can be a valid response. Oh boy.
To the world.
Yeah, I talked over most of that. So, look at this. We are now, what? 20 minutes into the game. 20 minutes into the game. We still can't play. Because, nope, we got cutscene now. Oh, look. Here's the character we're playing. 8 months later. This isn't a video game. So now we just gonna sit back and watch this shit happen. Because again, look, more PvP, and it's the most horrific thing ever. Oh, who could let this happen? Hell, I played on a PvP server in World of Warcraft when I first played it. It was honestly a lot of fun, and I usually don't like PvP. I ended up having a lot of fun on the PvP server.
What an idiot.
Of course, that was also back when hunters could actually do something in PvP. They've been gimped since Pandaren. I certainly want to play that guy now. Yep, see, there's our character.
The terror of death!
It's a sale! The PKK!
Yes, and how terrible. Now the player killers are terrified because someone who comes in and loves to PK them. I also noticed that his swords look the same as the ones in the first level. His new character had swords that looked like that, and oddly, he still does. What the hell? Now again, this game is supposed to be more VR-like. We have VR games now. We know that being killed in one of them isn't traumatic either. I also don't know how he's pulling his moves off. As someone who did PvP in WoW, I mean, come on. You are still limited to the game. Now, there is... And I say that, but we now, after this game is released, have seen games with more skill-based PvP. Dark Souls. In fact, you consider Dark Souls being closer to how the PvP in this game is treated, because in that one, people can just randomly join your realm and wreck you. And they can absolutely wreck you. And then there's the whole Covenant in Dark Souls 2 to hunt down the people who do that. And that one is skill-based. You can
I'm surprised.
beat
I
the
didn't think
people
you'd be
who
that
are
strong.
higher level than
I
you,
guess
have higher
this means
gear
that the
than
rumor
you.
about you killing 100 PKers wasn't a lie after all. Hey,
Only
come on, don't
100?
look at me like that. Here, let me apologize. So just take it easy, calm down, and die!
Yep, she did. So it's like, that's one thing I was actually bitching about this game for, is this supposed skill-based PvP like this. We've seen it now.
Do you know
Not in an
Tri-Edge?
MMO.
What did you
In
say?
fact, I still
He's a
haven't
legendary
seen
PK
any
shrouded in blue
MMO
fire. They
that
say
has
players that
that
get
level,
killed by
like
him
Dark
never
Souls
come back
level
to
of
the game.
skill-based play. That would actually be interesting.
Oh, come on now.
The
Don't tell me
world
you
is definitely
actually
not
believe
that.
crap. Those old forum fairy tales.
At least not right
So,
now, anyway.
You think you can go up against me, the great Bordeaux,
Not
and
in
just
the way,
walk
because
away
again,
like nothing
this
happened?
game is heavily limited. So, you have no info, you can die. No gore, of
Yeah,
course. It's a fucking
think I
video
can.
game anyway. So there you go. And yes, that's the character we're playing. Except right now he's this big ultimate badass. Oh, can't have that. You're a new player, remember? Or have to be a new player. Still going, by the way. Still can't play the game yet. Now, again, though, this is PlayStation 2 era, and this is not unheard of on PlayStation 2 era, where you'd have a game where it would give you an hour and a half of introduction before you started fucking playing it.
So it's you, the
But I mean,
character
this
that
makes
stinks
this
of
one
death.
even harder to
The
talk
terror of
about
death.
and
You're the
discuss,
PKK, a
simply
sale.
because I'm
Players who kill
less
other
playing a
players
video game and
are
commenting on it,
disgraceful.
and more
And I
a
agree it's
reaction
terrible
channel
that
to this
PKs can
anime,
just strut around
which
the
is stupid.
woods
I
and
hate
easily
that
these
kind of
days.
shit.
But is it right
That's
that you
not what I'm here to do.
PKKs
I'm not
have
here to
chosen
judge
be
the anime.
forced to
I'm here to
stop
judge
I don't
this
have time
on
for
a
this. Not
video
now.
game
You have
basis,
no authority,
but it
and
barely
it means
qualifies as
nothing. So
one.
why?
I have to
I'm
sit
the
here
leader of
and
Moon
watch
Trees
through
Unit
all of
2.
this
My
crap.
friends call me Sakaki, and I'm afraid I cannot
And
overlook
it's going to
your
get worse when we get to
actions.
part 2. Because part 2 I haven't seen before. So I'm going to have to
What's
actually
that?
watch that
The
shit.
name of a guild?
Here I can talk over it and bitch about how much I hate this crap.
Sorry, Sakaki, but I've already got enough friends. Thanks.
Now, you also note that the video quality is not that good. Again, PlayStation 2. It even gives a
you
warning
always
at the
interrupt people
beginning
like that?
that some of the videos are
Sakaki wasn't finished
the
talking
quality
to you
that they
yet.
were on PlayStation 2. That I guess they don't have the masters that they were based on anymore. Or maybe they never had a high quality master. and they only rendered it
Atuli.
in this compressed
Do you
version.
know this person?
At any rate,
Atuli.
but you can tell that the video quality
It's
on
not
this
unusual to meet players with similar characters in an
lower
online
than
game like this.
what you'd get today. Just the compression itself. The coloring
case of
is a
mistaken
bit
identity.
off on things.
Hey,
it's
you.
muted. You can
Why don't
see
you just-
pixelizations around like his eye there.
message.
Now I don't know if you guys can, because I'm also streaming it
Delta
and
hidden
encoding it
forbidden waterfall.
on Twitch, and then it's
Waiting
even going to be,
on
when I do it on
K-Cal.
YouTube, it's going to mess with the compression
Who sent it?
even more. But watching this right now on my high resolution monitor, I can see the pixelization, the compression artifacting. It exists. It's pretty. It's not like it's in your face old
Just hold
real
on a
player
moment.
video, but it's definitely noticeable.
Why
And
don't you
I'm
stop
not
acting
someone
like
who's
a
like
complete
big
fool?
into 4K and
Remember,
can see all the
what
little
you
details. No.
PKKs are trying to do.
This is
If
visible
you
even to me. Like
succeed,
I can see
you'll
like
be
the
no
side of
different
his
from the
face
PKs
there
themselves.
had a bit of bleed over. It looked like. So yeah, the video quality on this is not great. They do warn you about that at the beginning of the game. Because it's PlayStation 2 era. And I mean, you guys seen me doing PlayStation 2. And when I do the PlayStation 2, I have it done on S-Video. So I don't even have the RGB. So my stuff has that to begin with. And interlacing. Yeah.
Ovan.
Oh, God. And I hate the stupid effect they keep doing like that. Where the, after image effect.
It's been a long
Just-
time.
This
Hassel.
looks awful.
Or maybe I should call you the,
The
terror of death.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
You've
Yakety
gotten
smackety.
quite strong. A lot
I mean, just
stronger
look at
than
the
you were
lighting
back
on it.
then.
Everything's
Well,
all
I was forced to
blown out.
become
Good
stronger.
God.
Thanks to you.
Which, again,
You. Where
a
have you been?
product of the time.
say,
More
always
bloom!
I knew
Excuse me. I need to get a drink after that.
When the Twilight Brigade broke up, why didn't you come then? What have you been doing the last 6
I
months?
was busy. It was such a small
Oh, God, pardon
seed.
me. I'm hacking my lungs
I
out right
needed
now.
to find out what was growing inside. And there was only one way to find out. That's why I decided to raise it.
You raised it? What are you talking about, Ovan?
Yeah.
I'm speaking figuratively.
Of course, you're not going to find out until you buy the third game.
When you suddenly
God, it's so
disappeared, we all
bad
just...
like that.
Why did you disappear like that?
And
After
let's
that,
not forget,
Shino.
there was actually an anime prequel to this as well. So part of the story
do you
that
want
you
to
think
know
you're
about
missing,
Tri-Edge?
you are.
Wait, you know Tri-Edge?
Because you're supposed to be watching
6
the
months
other
now,
anime
And
first.
Shino
And God,
hasn't come
just
back
like...
to the world since Tri-Edge killed her. Meanwhile,
That's also
in
one of the
real
things,
life,
I think
Shino
that's
is lying
one of the
in a coma,
reasons
and
why
no
they
one seems
don't
to know the
release
reason
the
why.
first one like this, the first set of
Right.
games.
He is not a normal
Because that
PK.
one had a staggered release
So you knew.
where,
about Shino.
there'd be
Yes,
some
but
of them
that's all
anime
that I know.
discs,
But if
the
you were
game,
able to find
some more
Tri-Edge,
anime
you
discs,
might learn something about
game,
Shino's coma.
anime disc,
You may also
game,
learn
and
more
would go
about
like
what
that.
really happened that day.
and
And if
you
were
kind of were
somehow
supposed to
able
watch them
defeat Tri-Edge,
and in that order and get the
Shino
staggered
would come out
release
of the
stuff
coma.
to get the pieces of the
If my
story doled out. Because that was like
information
two
is
things
correct,
going on kind of at
he
the
will be
same
back
time.
today, at the scene of the
Which
crime.
nowadays, you just sit down and
Scene of
you
the
watch
crime.
the anime,
You
and then
mean-
if you wanted to, you'd play the game.
Delta hidden
And it
forbidden
does
holy
change
ground,
how it actually comes out.
place where
As
Shino
someone who was
killed.
playing there the first time, playing this stuff when it hit
Bronze Cathedral.
was a different experience. It was a very different experience to have the
Yes,
things in the
finally.
order doled out
I'll
over
get my
time.
chance.
And I don't
I
know if
swear
this
I'll bring
was
Shino
done
back.
the same way or not.
I'll do it.
And I don't
Ovan.
care
Yes.
either. After
You
having
and
played
I,
this one,
we're the only
I
ones who could possibly
just-
bring her back.
We're the only ones.
even the original anime, going back and rewatching it, it's a lot of self-masturbatory
I'll
shit.
meet you at the holy ground.
Not a lot happens.
There are some things I must
Just
do.
a lot of pontification. We are now 35 minutes in and haven't had a chance to play the game yet. Get used to this. Get used to not playing this game.
He will be back.
If you want this game, if you quote play unquote this game, get used to not playing the game.
Try it.
Because you'll see, especially later
coming
on,
here.
you will see that it is almost entirely. You notice that my save had like 20 hours? I would be legitimately surprised if 5 hours of that was playing the game. I would be legitimately surprised to find that out. Because there is just so much of this shit. And it gets worse. Oh, it gets a lot worse. And I'm going to be speeding through some of the stuff in this.
A statue of a girl here.
Some of the stuff. I'm still, showing the story and all here. Because I don't need to read everything.
That's right.
When it comes to parts 2 and 3, I'm going to be reading everything.
I wonder.
And watching
Why'd she disappear?
and paying more attention.
Who knows? Maybe
But yes,
she
now
just
we're
lost
getting
her
the
interest.
horrible
Lost hope for this
backstory.
world.
Which as of yet isn't explained, of course not. Gotta have the mysterious
What's that
backstory. Oh, now we got a mysterious sound too. And there's the symbol. And oh my god, it's Tri-Edge. Oh, hi, Kite. Yeah, they reused the design from the first show
Tri-Edge?
and games. So, hi, Kite. And this is, of course, after saying that, well, yeah, I mean, it's a limited game. There's going to be some players that reuse the same features. Which is true. I mean, I don't think this game had the level of customization that's... Like, even Final Fantasy XIV has a pretty damn good amount of customization. If I found a doppelganger of my character, I'd be impressed. Especially since it's one of the features on my character that I think I want to go too far on. But there are so many options. So many options. That you can really make them look pretty distinctive. But even then, I mean, there will be duplicates out there. Guaranteed. Especially for the potato sack race. At any rate. Yes, look, the awesome PKKer is getting his ass kicked. What a surprise.
What the hell are you?
Just, I mean, look at the way he's shot. What is he? He's evil. Duh.
Killed Shino. It's not over yet.
You were saying... Now, as someone who's seen the previous stuff, I know what's going on here. Knew right away. Hello, data drain. Yep. And how traumatic. That one, given the story of Dot Hack, yeah, that one's a bit severe. That's the kind of thing that was putting people into comas. I still don't understand how that was supposed to happen, but yeah, your character just basically got hit with a thing that has been putting people into comas. So you be fucked, son. Okay. 40 minutes in. Still can't play the game. Reboot complete.
Huh? What the? I was fighting Tri-Edge, but then... Damn it, I can't remember.
Aww. System reformat?
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that either.
Formatted? What's going on? What about my emails?
Yeah, get used to this part. This is part of the game.
Huh?
No mail.
What the hell? I would never delete these. They're all gone.
Of course, now those are
Even
fucking
the
held
emails I got
online
from Shino.
anyway.
Everything's been reformatted. What the hell is going on?
Now, here is the second part of Dot Hack,
Email? Fine, let's take a look.
where you get to play Windows Simulator.
Ovan?
So Ovan still knows me. And he just offered me the red pill and blue pill. Yes, this was done after the Matrix. Literally, he's offering me the red pill and blue pill.
Trial and truth. Whether or not I should quit the world? You should know better, Ovan. I'm gonna go back to the world. And then
And you'll see why
I'm
it's the
gonna
actual
get
choice
Shino
of whether or not he
back,
should
no
quit.
matter what.
Of course, before I do that, data manager, save. There, you can see I did back up the old one down there. So, we are, at least as far as the game is concerned, almost 18 minutes in, which is bullshit because we've been here for 40 minutes. So clearly the timer is not running during some of those cutscenes. Okay, so we got news capture. And now, this is kind of cool. We got world building stuff here. And I will be reading these on the other game, and we'll go ahead and do this. Here we have a YouTube-like personality, Online Jack. This is stupid. This is really, really stupid.
We investigate the
Because, I mean, okay,
controversies
let's
in today's
watch
news.
this.
The in-your-face, hard-hitting show.
And I mean, like, okay, so someone has edited this intro scene. Yeah, that
Okay,
can
get
happen.
ready, all you
that.
netizens out there. Today's Jack Target
But
is
he is
Doll Syndrome.
supposedly
Have you heard of it? It's the mystery
like
illness
this right
that's
here.
spreading like
Okay,
wildfire among
who's
grade
editing? Are you
schoolers.
really editing
It
this
causes
part
verbal and mental
too?
defects that leave victims non-responsive.
Especially the parts that
That's
make him
right.
look
This
bad.
disease
Watch.
turns children into lifeless dolls. Oh no! But we'll fight back. To combat this
Just
earth-shattering
watch
crisis,
this
we
shit.
at Online Jack
And just think,
started an investigation.
this is supposed to be real. In world, this would be somebody actually live recording this, or not live, but some of these are
It's
live.
called
But
Doll
then again, he
Syndrome,
doesn't do it
a
live.
truly mysterious
Obviously,
illness.
he's gone
Some
back
scientists tell
and
us the
edited all
cause
this
is
together,
endocrine-disrupting chemicals.
despite the
But
parts
what
that
I
make
wanna
him
showcase
look like a
here is
fucking
this
stalker.
book. Internet games are turning our kids into dolls. A warning about doll syndrome.
Like this. He's coming up
Taiichiro
and just
Sugai, a
randomly
professor
knocking
from
on the
Takayama
guy's house in the
University,
middle of the
wrote
night.
book and lives here. According to his book, doll syndrome's root cause is none other than online
Okay.
games. Online games.
Also,
famous
have
games
420
such as the
for the
world,
time
perhaps.
on it. Ha, ha,
I love
ha, ha.
them too. But he says that online games and their more than 12 million participants all living out their virtual dreams are the cause.
I
You'll
love 'em
remember
too.
That several years ago, the world game was found to be responsible
I mean,
for
this is
players
just
being
some
put
of the
into a
most
coma. Could it be that it's
pathetically
also causing the
delivered
dreaded doll
exposition
syndrome? Are these
ever.
online games nothing but a blight upon our society? If the professor feels that way, then let's see what
It's-
he has to say. Let us
No
begin the
concern
interview.
went into any form of realism in this. No concern whatsoever.
What do you want? You know how late it is?
See what I mean about that?
Hey there, I'm the host of Online Jack, Salvador Aihara. I have a few questions about your book, Online Games Are Turning Our Kids into Dolls, a warning about doll syndrome. Huh. Ah, can you believe this
Yes, yes I can. You're the one I can't
guy? Open
believe,
up,
you
Professor
jackass.
Sugai. We want to talk to you.
You've just come to make fun of my book, haven't you? Get away from here!
If you don't explain yourself on camera, sir, you'll make yourself look even more suspicious.
What
I
an
don't have to
asshole.
explain myself. All I did was publish the results of my own independent research.
How you say independent research? But
Again,
isn't it
I'm
true that your
recognizing
sources
the voice
themselves
actors
are
because
questionable?
they were in
Not
a
as
lot of
questionable
things
as
back.
you.
Well, then prove to us
This
that your
was-
sources are credible.
I
If you
wouldn't
do,
say
we
the
won't
height
bother
of
you
anime,
anymore,
but this is when
Professor.
it was really on the rise.
Give me a break. Who would believe you? And another thing, I'm an associate professor.
Okay.
See, and then they leave that in.
Well, we were turned down by Associate Professor Sugai, but to follow our own independent research,
Why
we
would
went
you
undercover
leave
into the
that
very
in?
elementary school that
Why
Sugai
would you not
was
do something if
investigating.
you're editing it
This
later?
is the
Why
elementary
would you not
school
do
where
something to make
Associate
it look
Professor Sugai was
better
conducting a
light for
study on
you?
Doll syndrome. Is a killer disease stalking
Also,
the
what
children
is up
of
with
this
that fucking
ordinary
camera?
elementary school?
This,
Let's
by the
take a
way,
look.
was before like Google Glass and stuff like that, which is what they're trying to fucking emulate or predict, I should say. That is just the dumbest looking little camera.
Hey there, boys and girls. There's no need
Honestly,
to fear.
I can see
Salvador
people
Aihara
wearing
is
that.
here.
Who are you? We're in the middle of class.
Oh, what is
I
this
can
vision of
definitely see
loveliness
people
that
wearing
graces
that.
our presence?
We have like
Hello,
GoPros now. They just
senorita.
attach it to the helmet.
You and I can save the
One of the
world together.
over-the-ear
Viva
ones.
Salvador!
Yeah, I mean, at least that way you're always knowing that you're, you know, if your eyes are
Here we
straight,
are
you're
in
looking
the
right at
teacher's
what you're
lounge.
filming.
I haven't been to one of these since the days when I used to peep under girls' skirts.
If you want
And
to film in
again-
here, you need to get permission first.
But the whole purpose of the show is it's undercover.
You
So where,
entertainment
and
people have
again,
no
where are these
decency.
camera
You're
angles
so
coming
beautiful
from
when you're
then?
angry.
Huh?
Stop that. What are you investigating?
Doll syndrome.
So where are these camera
Miss
angles
Michiru
coming from if
Kojima,
it's the only
teacher
camera you
of
have is the
fourth
one over
grade
your
class
ear?
one.
This is like a complete failure of animation when they do shit like that. Like, oh yeah, we'll just throw this part in. Okay, where's the camera? All right. So that is the beginning of Doll Syndrome. And of course, we have world building here. See, R2, Revision 2 of the world is... Now, I laugh at that 12 million copies because you have to remember, like, World of Warcraft, when it hit 10 million, was absolutely obscene. For the longest time, and I do mean for many, many years after that, hitting 1 million in a game, especially an MMO, especially with a subscription fee, was almost unheard of. The second place game had actually managed 2 million, and it was just one of the worldwide smash successes. Final Fantasy XII has like 20 million right now. So, yeah, that has improved. And then, of course, we have more things down here. More world building. That's the main ones. We have this new space station coming. And, you know, get these little video
With the
blurbs.
participation of Japan
And I at least
and
appreciate
many
that it's
other
putting them in a
countries, the
small thing
International
and that it is
Space Station,
subtitling
slated for
them.
completion in
I'm so
2017,
glad
is nearly
it
done.
subtitles these because
As
I'm
large
talking
as a
over them
soccer
anyway.
stadium,
So
this
if you guys
fully
want to see
manned
the stuff.
facility will be
And
used for
the
various types of research in
these
a
are
deep
quick
space
little
environment.
videos. I like this. This is a good way of doing world building. Those make sense to be edited. Kudos to them for this. Now, what does this have to do with the game? I don't know. Yet. I don't know. There might be something involved with this later on. It could just be world building. They're certainly highlighting it for some reason. Again, I'm not going to like go through and read all of these because I've already read these. So I'm speeding through this. But come the next one, I will be reading all the news stories. I'm still going to go ahead and click through all the videos here.
The online
And I'm doing it
Administration
slowly
Act
enough. If you guys want to
received a
pause the
majority
read, you
vote of the
can.
ruling party,
Whatever the case
meaning
may
the
be.
adoption of the citizen numbering system seems to be inevitable.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
result, the process of converting to an electronic government has overcome its final hurdle.
There are still people trying this. Like that's kind of accurate. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help but relate this one to Yakuza Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7. Because that's kind of what the main character in that game does. He sees himself as the protagonist of an RPG. That's just funny. Alright, and here we have, of course, the new heads-up display, or the new headset. Oh, ooh. 1280 by 1024. Yeah, impressive. I think that actually might be better than my VR headset, although it's also a lot smaller and more compact than my VR headset. So that actually would be impressive. For screens that small and that close to the eye, yeah, maybe.
Display your world. For business or for entertainment. The new M2
I mean, that's one of the things, though, is, okay, what if you wear glasses?
Once you're freed from your mobile, the net opens up in front of your eyes.
What if you wear glasses? You literally cannot wear that device if you have glasses. You would have to get a prescription lens for the devices. Okay. And we still don't have this supersonic jet here. Yeah, look at that. 3.2 million yen, or roughly 30,000 for a round trip. A general rule of thumb, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's a good way to quickly tell the price in something, convert from yen to dollars, especially in like video games and such, is you consider 1 yen to be a penny. So 100 yen would be $1 effectively. It's not 100% accurate. It's just a decent rule of thumb for estimation of value. Whew, that is still an expensive flight for that Concorde there.
The supersonic passenger jet ASST, which can attain
I do love all the
speeds of over
various
Mach 3, has
concept
been officially
looks for
commissioned.
these supersonic
As a result,
jet.
the amount of time it takes to fly from Tokyo to New York has
And
been
of course,
shortened from
I mean, let's
14
be
hours
honest, they've been trying to build
just
one of these
4
forever.
hours.
They're still trying to build one. That is the goal. That's the holy grail for aeronautics, is to have a way of crossing the ocean in a short amount of time. Yeah. Now, this is the part that I'm saying is kind of like real life, except less people using headsets and more people with their nose in a smartphone. Yeah. Pokemon Go, anybody?
In the old days, when people thought of an online junkie, they envisioned someone locked in their room, glued to their computer 24 hours a day. But today,
Also,
due to
one-hand
radical
control,
improvements
really?
in mobile devices, network games can be enjoyed outside and have given rise to a whole new
He looks
breed
like
of online
Cyclops.
junkies.
I mean, come on. Death from gaming. Worldwide epidemic. This is written about the time where there were worries about this and a few isolated cases of people dying in net cafes from supposedly effectively playing too much. So that's why this one is written. Did it become an epidemic? No. Yeah, see, here's what happened to the original version of the world. People said, in a flash, the world was gone. 2 years since the world was taken offline because of a fire at the headquarters that destroyed the player's data. Now, I've played some MMOs that have had the servers go down. I miss my characters on them. I really do. City of Villains, Hellhound will always have a place in my heart. I love that boy. He was awesome. And he is gone now. Such a shame. So is this talking about... Yeah, this is kind of the Internet of Things. They didn't quite have it right then, but this is becoming more and more popular. The smart home. So, as you can see, like, these things are not entirely... Okay, this one I've already read elsewhere. Yep, that one. So here's the new CyberConnect office. CyberConnect. I love this. If you've played the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, CC is CyberConnect here. So, obviously it was popular enough to be part of kind of in the same niche as NIS, etc. Or Idea Factory and Compile Heart. So yeah, this company has, the one who made this game, has a character in Neptune.
After having suffered
Fun
a
character,
huge
too.
fire in 2015, CyberConnect Japan's new home office has now been completed. Subsequent investigations determined that a spark from electrical equipment led to the blaze 2 years earlier, resulting in multiple deaths and injuries.
That would be more of a scandal than it's played out as here. Especially since, you know, you should have had another accident. Look at this. More shit happening. Similar instances occurred 7 years ago when people rendering the service were unconscious. See, this is the thing, man. It's not just the players that were getting hit. Fucking employees were getting knocked out from the game, put into comas and stuff. But like, see, I'm gonna have to watch the video on this one because, yeah. Oh yeah, this is one of these video games cause violence.
It was discovered that the 3 armed youths who were responsible for the recent school riot were devoted
and again,
online gamers.
This is when this was getting
Following
talked
this
about.
discovery,
Yet again, this is the era of Jack
criticism of
Thompson.
online games increased
Jackass
sharply.
Thompson. Ah, well. Alright, so that one we've already read. That one we've already seen. That one we've seen, so we got a couple more here. Global warming, blah, blah, blah. And baseball. I'm honestly surprised there aren't more crossover there, because baseball's huge in Japan as well. Okay, tech. That one we've seen. That we've seen. No more videos here. Heh, virtual classrooms. That became relevant last year. New GPS system. Which, again, this kind of tech wasn't entirely new then either. And now microchipping children. Which is another discussion people keep having. And it has become relevant again, thanks to last year, with conspiracy theorists who are completely fucking insane. Alright, arts. Done those two already. And here it is. People actually writing in opinion pieces in newspapers about player killers in video games. Really? And how, oh, it's such a terrible thing, so important. Crimson Versus. Okay. Remember I was talking about how the future games will have functionality that this one doesn't? That you really are buying a gimped version of a video game? Where is it? Here is Crimson Versus. It's the card game tied to the world. It is not in this game at all. You can go all the way through this game. Crimson Versus does not activate through this entire thing. Basically, it feels like they rushed this out the door in order to, you know, hit certain timelines and had to hold things back for future releases. It's just, they neutered the game, intentionally neutered these games in order to have stuff that was new in the future ones. And it's there. It's sitting right here. It taunts you throughout this game. No functionality in this one at all. Community forum. And now these things you do have to go into and read, and I'll show you why. Show all. Blah, 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 blah. I will go through this kind of slowly. If you guys need to pause and read, you can. But one of the things is... this is just a forum post about how important and disruptive PK can be. And should we get it? So here's why you got to go through these. See that right there? Now we have a specific world to do a specific thing. There are some quests that are going to need this. Ah, yes. The Epitaph of Twilight that the first version of the world was supposedly based on. No, notice that we're still taking... How much time are we taking going through all this shit, too? And I'm kind of speeding through this because I've already read all this so far. I'm just kind of going through these to see if I can find any of the specific code words like that one. I miss R1. You know what? I miss R1 too. Because it was better than this. Also, this has become more important lately with WoW Classic. I am relieved to see that with WoW Classic, even though they did recently add the first expansion to WoW Classic, they still have core-only servers. So you can play with Burning Crusade, or if you preferred just core WoW, you can play just core WoW. And I'm glad they did that. I was worried, I'd been joking, that, you know, they would add Burning Crusade Classic, then you'd have the Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and then you'd have Cataclysm Classic, and Pandera Classic, and, you know, blah, blah, blah Classic. And then, of course, you'd have to have World of Warcraft Classic. But it's like, I'm actually kind of tempted to go back and play it when it hits Wrath of the Lich King. Because I played it back in Burning Crusade and never played Lich King. And I did play Cataclysm. Cataclysm was my jam. I played a ton of Cataclysm. That was when, in my opinion, the game was the best. Mostly because you could actually, you know, diversify your character. It was after that that they really neutered hunters. Yeah, see, this is all about why Crimson V2 isn't playable right now. Which, blah, blah, blah. Card games and RPGs go hand in hand. They'd been going hand in hand since before this. The PlayStation Final Fantasy games would have card games with them. Final Fantasy 11 had a card game as a side game. You paid like $1 extra for it. Tetramaster. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And Final Fantasy 11 was about this era. Because it was PlayStation 2 also. So why my PlayStation 2 has a hard drive, I played Final Fantasy 11. Yep, going through and reading all of these. Hey, I need a game. Show me what game to play. Yeah. Just kind of, again, stopping a little bit on each one of these if you guys want to read them. I've already read these. I will be reading the next one more. But I still have to go through all of these because some of them have stuff to... There's like mini quests and shit. And I am going to want to carry this save through all the games. So I need to make sure I do the various quests in it. Butt rice. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, this is one of those things. It's all written. People who weren't really that smart trying to predict the future. I'm sorry to say, these guys just weren't. Because this stuff isn't really written very realistically. Or with a lot of thought. It's real surface level bullshit. Surface level thinking for most of this. La la la. And since there's no way to know which ones may have the keys, I just want to go through all of them. And then there's some that you answer and actually talk about later on as well. So you'll reply to some forum posts. Oh look, it costs $4.20 again. They like that $4.20 number. I wonder why. So what is this one about? Looking for tan. Yeah, this one I didn't read very much. I'm guessing that was a specific clan or something. So this is the rumors forum. This is where you'll find information on some things. And again, lore for the world, lore for the games. That's what these games are supposed to be deep with, but they're really not. They really aren't. It's all surface level shit. Yes, I'm getting bored going through this. But again, gotta check all of these to see if there's any of them that have the keywords to go to. So far we've only had one thing of keywords. Now this one, this is a more interesting one because this one gets you pictures. And these pictures can be used for your backgrounds here in, what is this thing? Whatever this OS is called. And if Shy were here, he'd be able to vote on which of these to pick. Anyone on the channel can vote on which of these to pick for the backgrounds. And then, of course, a lot of people complaining about things. There's story as well as the stuff here. Like, hey, look, there's Haseo. Hey, Shy. Well, thanks for the Doom level. We'll have to get those rolled up soon. All right. Oh my god, is that who I think it is? No, okay. That's Oven by the looks of it. I have no idea what that means. Okay, blah blah. So this is kind of a neat little board here. It's where people can post pictures of things. And I do like that they actually did include a variety of the quality of the pictures, because some of these would be made by kids or people who just aren't good at art. Or prefer different art styles. Okay, so that's that. We're still not done yet, of course. We have the movie player here, which right now has nothing in it, amazingly. Except the title demo, which, yeah, no. Had to tag it to get it off the list. So the accessories here, you do get a choice of what background to have for it, including what music. So do you think Haseo is narcissistic enough to put himself on the background? Let's just do the kicking the chim. I kick it a chim. Chim kicker. Wow, that picture has some artifacting around it. That is some pretty bad JPEG artifacting. Wow. Wow, that thing is getting lossy. Oh, hello. Never done that before. If you don't touch it for a while, it goes into kind of an idle screen there. Okay. So into the world, except we're not done yet. Because we have the official site and the official forum. History of the world, blah, 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 blah. How to play, what things mean. Story of the world. And again, lots of info. Yes, I read all of this when I first played it. Anything with a new listed, I read. And I hope to God that when I start the next game using a save from this, that it doesn't mark everything as new again. Like, if there's stuff that I've already read, I hope it marks that I have read it. Because I will read everything again. Possibly offline. Grunties. Grunties are different now in the World 2.0, Revision 2. They used to be mounts, basically. Now they're characters. Look at this. Look at how much shit there is. Oops, let's do this one first. Yep. Lots of story. Lots of story that does not fucking matter one bit for this game. I wouldn't even call this world building, really. This is just someone's fanfic. Because I don't think any of this really comes into play. I mean, it's great for the people who really care so much and want to learn everything and just totally get sucked into it. This game's not good enough for that. But at least it's better than what Dark Souls did. Mind you, what Dark Souls did was fucking brilliant. And that is, Dark Souls really does not have a coherent story to it. It has few bits and blurbs of things that may have happened, and then the community decided to put it all together. They created the story, and they don't realize that they wrote the story. But they're like, no, this means that this happened. It's all real. It's all in the game. It's not. It's all stuff that they've extrapolated from the game, which you can prove with when other future games fucking contradict their stuff, they then write themselves ways of why it isn't much of a contradiction or why the contradiction happened and blah, blah, blah. And of course, the game also has its own out in that the entire point of the game is the lines between worlds are blurring, so things aren't always what they seem. But yes, for those who really get into Dark Souls and, quote, the lore of Dark Souls, know the people who wrote Dark Souls did not write most of that. They put little bits and blurbs on pieces of items and armors that sounded cool, and it was the community that wrote and connected things far deeper than they ever were in the game. You made a lot of assumptions. A lot of assumptions. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, that's probably the best way to do it, because let's be honest, oh Jesus, I gotta read these two. Wait, no I don't. I've already read those. The community, being as large as it is, has better writers and more potential for better writers than the game company does, number one. Number two, the very nature of the community, the stuff that's really good, rises to the top and stays there. So you get a far better story that way by effectively outsourcing it to your fans, which is what they did. And yet, like I said, I know people in the community who will fight tooth and nail. No, this is all from the game. It's all really in the game. No, it isn't. You can point to little bits and pieces that are in the game, but as soon as you say, what it means is you have written your own story. And while yes, two different items may well have referenced each other, it doesn't mean that the connections you've made to explain it are written in the game. And if I actually had a large audience of people who watched my videos and heard that, there would be all kinds of bitching in the comment section about how, no, it really is real. Like, no, it's all really in the game. The lore in the game is real deep, and it's not. They let you write it for them. Yep, still going through all this. Still going through all this. Find out what all the various classes are. So, of course, the Adept Rogue, as you can see, can use all kinds of different weapons, whereas everyone else can only use one. So that's the class you picked, of course. Alright, and then we have one last stop. The official forums. Again, I'm speeding through this. Just making sure. Oh, man. This is literally a forum thread on how forum threads work. Good fucking lord. They really expected you to know nothing coming into this game. Like, I'm amazed that they assume you knew how to figure out how to put the game in the system and turn the system on. Like, Jesus Christ, this is baby's first video game. came out of a barrel, huh? Yeah, the Chim Chims, the Chim Spheres. Still see all this crap. Oh, now it's about PKing. Oh, PKs. PKs are horrible. It's a monster. Stark player killed me. Oh, except that it wasn't a player, it was a monster called the Doppelganger. How to play in a group. The fact that groups even exist. Again, they do this to kind of... They are really assuming you've never played a game before with this one. Like, this had to have been meant for children. Which explains the bitch basic plot. And now, how to solo. Yes, you can do things normally as well, on your own. Of course, it's a single-player game in the guise of a multiplayer game, so there's never any point in soloing. I haven't even gotten to a lot of the stuff I'm going to bitch about in this game yet. Trust me. Because I haven't gotten to the game yet! Up there, see? Now we have a couple... Ooh. Now look at that. We got a huge selection of words now. That is why you come to the forums. See that? Boom. Huge selection of keywords now. That's why I'm doing this. That's why you have to do this, basically. It'll get better. Well, it won't get better. In fact, it'll get even worse in the later games when I'm actually stopping and reading this crap. Hopefully, the later games won't have this much right at the beginning. Because this game throws a lot at you right away, as you can see. And hopefully the second game will know that, oh, you've already read all of these. God, imagine going into the second game without having done this first. Which you could. They had to have that as an ability. They had to have a default generic set for going into this without having played the first game. Because otherwise people would buy a game and not be able to play it. Although why anyone would buy part 2 or part 3 without having played part 1 is why the games are so expensive. So there we go. Look at this. We are now an hour and 20 minutes in, having finally, quote, read everything, unquote, seen the story parts. We are ready to log in. Story's not done yet. And believe me, it took longer than this the first time. When I was actually reading it, this was more than 2 hours in. Like 2.5, 3 hours in. And look, we're in a cutscene again. See?
What's going on? Why is my equipment different?
Oh no, you got data drained and now you're level 1 again.
What the? I'm back at level 1? What about my
Mind
items?
you, this would piss me off too.
My member list. My equipment.
Everything's gone.
Gone. It's all gone.
Oh, you have to make a new character.
Has been completely reformatted.
Hey, did you see that guy just now? With the really weird arm? Totally.
Huh?
Alright. Yeah, because this is the only guy. Remember that you can completely customize your character. This is the only guy who could possibly have a weird arm.
He would know something about this.
And here we are. Yes, I actually have control. Finally! Hour and a half into the game, I finally have control.
Hey, do you know what that guy's job was? I don't think I've seen a design like that.
I didn't look that closely.
There he goes.
I saw him head towards the harbor. Maybe I'll go get a closer look.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, you're at the beginning of the game. They had to put you at the beginning of the game. I just wish they hadn't bothered doing a story where you used to be super powerful, then was put back at the beginning of the game. Like, why? Why bother with that? Why do that? Because it gives your character backstory, that's why. You have a reason for playing.
That player looked really hot.
Really? I thought he looked kind of creepy. So
And this part is
guys that look
existing
like
to
that?
give you a feel of the map,
Where'd he go?
so that you know where the town, how the town is laid out.
I think he went down that alley.
Because we're still not actually playing the game yet. We still have the training wheels on. You know how that goes. So, yep, nope. Clock's still going for when I get to actually play the game.
Damn. It's those player killers.
It's not much of a challenge when they're so pathetically weak.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Fighting those noobs is making us all rusty.
That rogue that we fought the last time, he really wasn't that bad.
He kicked your asses. Like
mean we're
all
going
of
after
yours
him
at the
next?
same time.
Hell yeah. There is no way in hell I can back down after what happened last time.
Yes, ma'am.
What a bunch of losers.
Wait, what the hell am I hiding for? Why do I have to hide from bastards like them?
Because you're level 1.
You're kidding! What the hell's going on?
Lame.
Gaspard, are you okay?
So how do you even do that in games? I mean, come on.
What happened?
Are you okay?
It's a video game. You didn't actually
Hey,
run into me.
Are you a new player?
You're a noob?
No, I'm a reroll.
Oh. Hey, I'm sorry. I guess I must
What is
have
up with this
scared you,
also?
huh?
Do these people not realize
no,
that,
I'm not a noob.
you know,
I'm the terror
you can
of
have
death.
more than one character?
Terror of what?
What? Wait, are you talking about the famous PKK Haseo?
Oh, you're a player killer killer. I knew I'd heard about him somewhere before. But I'm pretty sure the player's name was Haseo.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Yep.
See, they can't believe that this
Hey,
is him
look,
because
it's me.
they think that he
I'm
is
the real PKK Haseo.
role-playing as the other character.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to gain more levels before you can say anything like that.
And honestly, they're not wrong with that, but
Hey,
if you're a noob, we'll be happy to teach you the basics of this game.
Actually, Syllabus and I
See,
are
again,
part of the
we're
Noob
still not
Support
playing.
Guild called
still not
Hanar.
playing.
noob support
Hour and a
guild?
half in, still not playing.
It's a guild that teaches noobs all they need to know. to
Gee,
become
didn't we go
top
through this the
players.
first time we were
We're
level 1?
actually pretty
How did that
famous,
end up
you
for
know.
you, Haseo?
Oh yeah, I need to give you our member addresses first. Here.
How did that end up for you, Haseo?
Member addresses are an address system made
Oh,
just
man.
for communicating
It's just
with your
my
friends
luck
in
to
the
get
world.
mixed up with
When
a bunch
inviting
of
someone into your
weirdos.
party, check their status
I even
report.
lost sight of Ovan. Anyway, right now, I've got to level back up to become the terror of death.
Gee, I wonder how hard that's going to be.
Guess I'll just hang out with them for a little while longer.
Look, it doesn't mean that they'll join just because you invite them to.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to you. I've done this before.
Yeah, I was listening.
You were? Really?
Yes, really. Anyway, come on. You're gonna teach me the basics, right? So hurry up and let's move on to the next lesson.
Lame.
Okay, then let's go to an area.
Now, invite us into your party, and we'll go find the Chaos Gate.
Notice that again. Oh, now automatically join the party. Yes, hold on. But notice that once again, for the new player, it's instead of here, accept this party invite. No. It's here, you invite us to your party, which is not how it would work in a real game. Go to the dome. We're still in basically tutorial area. I mean, I have limited control, but it's still basically tutorial zone.
This is the Chaos Gate.
See?
If you input 3 different types of words into...
I'm not a new player, I know.
Okay, well then, a good area for a noob is...
Delta Peaceful Leading Freedom. That should be a good place to start.
Okay, let's go to Peaceful Leading Freedom. You go to the bookmark. Now notice that I have these others bookmarked. Oh, a level 3 dungeon this time. Oh.
Attention!
And what
Bringing
level are
one
these two
noob
sad
to the
sacks?
Dungeon. Repeat, bringing one noob to the dungeon.
I told you that I'm not a noob.
I know. You're really the terror of death.
I
right?
don't understand why
I
the
can
concept of
understand you
having
wanting
multiple
to
characters
roleplay
is lost
something
on
like
these
that,
guys.
But I'm not really sure
Is that
if
something
you
that's
should
just
do
not allowed in
terror
the
of death,
world?
You know? Player
Like,
killers
you are
going
you,
to
and that
come
is
after
it. You are the only you
it'll
can ever
definitely
be.
rough for you.
And I mean, even with games like
just
Final
shut
Fantasy
up
11
and
and
listen.
14, where one character can do everything, that's not even the case in this.
So you're
If you
saying
want
you're
to play
really
as a
the
different
PKK
class,
Haseo,
you
the
have to
terror of
make a
death.
different character.
And when you logged
Something
in,
like Final Fantasy
your
14,
level went
where
down
you can
from
do
133
all
to
of the
1?
classes.
No way! I've never heard
See,
of
he
a
was level
bug quite like
133, now
that.
he's level 1, so.
Wow!
I'm not lying.
Okay, but still.
But, even in games like Final Fantasy
Gaspard,
14,
that's
where
when he's
one character can
role-playing.
be all the various classes,
Oh,
there are still
now
people
I
who
get
re-roll
it.
multiple
That's
characters
some
to have
really
fun with the game.
complicated character background.
It's not role-playing.
Don't be embarrassed. We'll accept your character concept.
God, these guys are
Just
thick.
relax and come with us.
Will you please listen to me already?
These guys are thick. And I don't mean like chunks here. I mean like they have no brain matter. Just an empty skull rattling around.
The enemy has been
Yes.
spotted.
And let's go kill it. Because I know
Okay.
how.
Maybe we should start by telling you about the skill trigger.
I already know about it.
About that.
But how could you know? You're just a noob.
I told
No,
you
I'm
I
not.
have. God, see, this is what's frustrating.
Why
Even in
don't
the
we
story, these guys are
give it a
just
shot?
fucking idiots.
Okay, come on, Haseo. Let's go fight the monsters.
Don't forget to use the skill trigger, okay?
Okay, tough guys, bring it on! Gale Blade!
What a surprise. I know how to use the skill trigger.
Well, that's that, I guess.
See?
Yes! Way to go, Haseo!
Yeah, looks like you can use the skill trigger just fine.
Truth be told, it was actually different on my first playthrough as I forgot to do it right away. And so it was basically, well, why didn't you do this? I just forgot, okay?
I just can't believe that you're a noob.
Okay. And this brings up another part that I hate about this game. Every single fucking character is just the worst. I hate every character in this. They are universally reprehensible.
I told you, I'm not a...
Okay, okay. Let's move on.
I hate all of you.
Will you two
And
just
these
listen to me?
are the better ones. God, they get worse. Okay, now this one, unlike the previous dungeon I was in, I don't have the various chests to unlock the beast statue. With this one, it's just run to the end.
Don't cry later!
But I still want to try to kill everything for various reasons. Mostly XP. XP and drops are nice. I mean, after all, I am currently level 1, so let's get some XP in. Now you notice... Oh, okay. I guess I did hit this one instead. Oh, you gonna heal me? Thank you. Yeah, I'm level 1 right now, so my healer needs to be on point. Healer, of course, being Tubbs back there.
Let's keep it up.
So at least I get to run around in this dungeon. It's still not... Oh, I should do this. Gotta kick some chims. I don't have chim spheres yet. Need chim spheres to open things later on. So, need to kick as many chims as I can for a bit. You get about 30 and then move on. Oh, hey, got a big one there. Well, a bigger. They're landing on Gaspard's feet, which boom, 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 instantly getting kicked. There we go. That'll hold me. And yeah, your performance in the dungeon gets rated. Of course it fucking does. So you get rewards at the end. I would say based on the rating, but I can't tell. A lot of them you'll just get keywords, which is fine. Now, one of the things you'll note here, it talks about like elements for the dungeons. At the beginning of the game, they only have a couple.
Enemy.
Well, now that you know how to use
I
the
know how to
skill trigger,
Rengeki.
let's learn about Rengeki.
I already know about...
Okay, then let's go and fight them.
I'll tell you the timing to execute it, so make sure you use it.
Listen to me, damn it!
Don't worry, we're listening, all right.
No, you're not.
Yeah, right.
And of course, automatic fight because we were both spotted unquote. I literally didn't have time to do it there. Because the thing died before I got a chance to.
Was the Rengeki too?
I just forgot for a second.
It's all right. Don't be shy. We'll tell you exactly how to do it. So listen up, okay?
Now, when you attack an enemy, there are times when you'll see...
Yeah. You guys killed it before we get a chance to.
If you succeed, your skill will intensify. Then you'll be able to do more.
This is called Rengeki.
It might be a little tricky at first, but you'll be able to do it with some practice.
I know about it.
Good luck, Haseo.
Let's keep going.
Literally didn't have time to do it. Okay, I'm actually going to go back the other way because this appears to be the actual proper way. So I'm going to go down and do some extra stuff. Every level I get now helps for later. And you'll see why. Oh God, you'll see why.
I think even I can
Now,
win.
you notice that one of the guys had spotted me, but because I targeted a different one, see, I can't Rengeki because these things die before you get a chance to.
We did it!
But because I'd targeted one that hadn't spotted me, I got the surprise attack. That one I targeted the guy who had spotted me. It's stupid. You do want surprise attacks because it affects your rating. But again, see again, there. Had the flash, but he'd already died, so I couldn't do anything to it. And once again, had the flash, but it was already dead, so I could not Rengeki it. Which made that point in the, oh yeah, you just got to do this. What's wrong? Why couldn't you do it? Oh, did you guys not see the things die before there was a chance? No, they didn't. Because they aren't real people. They are really, really badly written characters. Really badly written. And that waterfall there means we get to go down to the next level. Thank you, I just said that. Yes, this is what one of the cave dungeons looks like.
Do you know about Awakening?
No.
No, I don't.
See, this is one he doesn't because he never parties. He's a solo player.
I knew that you were a noob.
Hey!
Now, Haseo. We'll tell you all about them, so don't scowl, okay?
Yeah. So, what is this awakening thing you were talking about?
But again, more cutscenes,
Well,
more cutscenes.
it's
That's
a
what this game
special
is all about. Is
that you can
cutscenes,
do
cutscenes,
together
cutscenes,
with your
cutscenes,
party
cutscenes,
members.
and even more
Do you want to
cutscenes.
give it a shot? It's a lot easier to understand it if
Awakening
you're
is
in
actually a pretty decent thing. It basically powers up your party for a short
sounds
time,
good.
which is why he
Let's
doesn't know
do
about
it.
it. Because, like I said, he
I'm
was a
gonna
solo
do my
player.
best.
So they ask about Awakening. He's
Hey,
like, what?
I haven't
No,
agreed.
no,
All
I
right, then.
haven't.
Let's go encounter some enemies.
Okay, target this one. The other one had seen me.
Awakening is a state when a special kind of power has been activated. You can use it when the morale gauge on the top right of the screen is full.
And let's do this. Beast Awakening.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
Powers up the party. Now, one thing is you can't Rengeki during Awakening.
I love using this technique.
You just got one step closer to becoming the terror of death.
Gaspard, I'm gonna
Enemies get
PK
stronger
you.
as we go deeper. So let's kick some butt and get you leveled up.
Now, notice that all of these enemies stayed alive at one hit point. They needed to, so you could have that little bit of story there. Because we killed all three of them. We killed those enemies, but it wouldn't let us. Alright, let's go south. Notice the map disappeared. Okay, south has a door. That has a door. Let's go south. This, what the chims are for. See, you need 5 chim spears to open the door. Spears, spears.
Let's get going!
And this is the entirety of the gameplay right here. See, these guys, you can actually Rengeki.
Let's keep it up.
I survived long enough. Yay, Gaspard got a level.
Victory is ours.
Ow, you can stop that now. more levels. More levels, more fun. You notice how quickly I'm gaining levels in this, too. That really doesn't change. That's one of the problems in this game. And treasure. We like treasure. See, that's a box. That's a box. That's a shaking box. Firestorm, shaking box. These can have equipment in it. You gotta press the buttons to avoid the trap. Oh. Is that better than what I have? Equipment. It is better than what I have. Hot damn. And a fairy orb. So there, as you can see, I've already gone up a little bit. And I think I have to run back and finish this area off because it ain't done.
Let's do our best.
See, look, my swords are different already. So the fact that my character has the same swords at level 133 is kind of annoying.
We did it!
Yep. The very second set of swords I get look different than the first ones.
I think even I can win.
Alright, you can Rengeki that one then.
Wow! We did it!
Alright. Still exploring.
Hey, do you guys know anything about Tri-Edge?
Tri-Edge? No, what's that? Some kind of
It's another
event
player, don't worry
monster
about
or
it.
Something?
Except that it's not.
It's the screen name of a PK.
Never heard of him.
He's the one who did this to me.
Me neither.
Okay. So, since we're getting this right now, I'm going to assume that the spot back here on the map, that top up there, is an optional area, so I'm going to go hit it. Because we're hitting story here, which means we're going, quote, the right way, unquote. And I like to go the wrong way, especially in these little maps. With how small these are, I want to finish them off before I move on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Glad my throat's better today. I have a voice again. Yay! See, I can actually go like, hey. Yeah, I can't. Not 100%. Can't do the high-pitched yay, but yay! Yep, see? What's behind door number 2? More enemies. No, no.
I think even I can win.
That's just it. Just a group of enemies, but more enemies equals more XP. Let me just say this, man. Playing this game versus playing a modern MMO, I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV after this, and I'm going to enjoy it a lot more. Yeah, that was it. That was just that. That's all that was. Yo, Gaspard. Yo, you going to heal me? You going to heal me? No? Okay, fine, bitch. Okay. Thing is, I would actually probably really enjoy an MMO setup like this, especially if we did not have a subscription fee. With this procedurally generated, kind of roguelike feel to it. I mean, I love this concept. I love the idea of, you know, hitting the keywords to get a dungeon generated based on your specifications, or rather on what the words will give. And then every now and then there's a special
the god of law
world.
in the world's backstory, but we just call it the Beast statue.
And there is the treasure offering. See? Go on and open it, Haseo.
Of course, then the real question is, like, do any words count? Okay, Curse Fern. Now, I can't use a Curse Fern.
Hey, little Haseo. Been a while, huh?
Oh, it's this bitch.
They're from Kestrel.
Huh? What? Hey, who are these guys?
Oh, just guys I
Famous
PK'd
player
before I
killers.
got wrecked.
What the? Not now.
Well, well. Looks like you haven't been keeping up since the last time we met.
Like, you can
It
obviously
took me
that I'm
little
a
while
different
to
level.
recognize that you were really the terror of death.
What? He's real?
You're really the terror of death?
Yeah, before I got data
How
drained.
amazing. I mean, what a coincidence running into you here. I tell
Also,
you,
that I don't actually
it has
look
to
like
be
I did back then
destiny.
because I don't have the advanced class
What
stuff.
the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, right, moron. Give me a break. Someone sent me an anonymous email.
Oven.
So I
Who
decided
else?
to come and have some fun. Now, what should we play? Well, for starters, how about I love you to death?
Yawn.
I don't really know what's going on. But please, no violence.
And dead.
Gaspard.
He got in my way.
Congratulations, you've just been PK'd.
Oh, hell. What is this? Just what the hell is going on here? What's happening?
Something is rising inside of him.
Haseo! Run!
Are you scared? Man, I just love that expression, you know what I mean? God, there is nothing like PK.
I mean, just
Wait a
look
minute.
at how pathetic this
What
is.
the? Something is starting to.
You're playing a video game.
Hold it.
You can't feel anything your character is going through. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gear, this is, there are no words for it. It's just
You
fucking
guys look
awful.
like you're having fun.
Who the hell are you? You want to be killed too?
It
Are you sure
really
you
is
wanna
that
do
bad.
that?
It can't look in a mirror without cutting
The
itself.
guild that you PKers hate the most might be heading this way as we speak.
Moontree? I can't believe it. You tipped them off, you bitch!
Maybe I did.
Hey! What are we gonna do?
But I mean, especially this, oh my god, being
Fighting them
PK'd
now
is
is
the
only gonna
worst
bring
thing
more
ever.
You! I won't forget this.
Oh, I know, it's supposed to have the VR stuff, but again,
What a silly girl.
you can't
Don't you
feel
realize
something
that I just
growing
saved you?
inside your character.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for saving us.
I know this
You're
is supposed to
Haseo.
be more in depth than games, even with the
I
VR
don't recall
today.
telling anyone like you my
But
name.
just
You're an unruly child, just like I heard you
Ugh.
were.
What are you, a groupie?
Nice try, but I'm not interested in brats.
Well, I'm glad.
you mean the giant tits
Because I don't have any
or
interest
the giant
in old hags.
pigtails?
Old hag?
Only an old person like you would use such an outdated phrase like unruly child.
Damn brat.
See, I
I'll
hate
have you know that
Haseo.
You're
I hate the characters. Every character in this. There is
I'll
not
come
a
back another
single
time.
likable character in this entire
as you
game.
wish.
Let me just give you one warning. Haseo, your character hides something. There is a dangerous power inside you.
Dangerous power?
Have you ever had the feeling like there was something strange growing inside your
No,
character?
because nobody has that feeling, because it's not fucking possible.
As if it was to get out. Well, anyway. I'll see you again.
Oh, God, I know. She looks like Bayonetta before Bayonetta.
Phew. Oh, man. That was pretty scary.
Although I'd still I love how many people complained about Bayonetta being all this sexist design and shit. It was a woman who designed it as a power fantasy.
Okay, so I didn't really
The
get
character
all of
design.
that, but basically, your character has some really
So all the
messed
people
up data,
bitching that it was
right?
sexist were the actual sexists.
What? Really?
All right, so do I get to
Well
actually
then,
play the game on my own
Then
yet?
you should go and
Because remember,
tell
this is
CC
all still
Corporation all
tutorial
about it
stuff.
and have them recreate your character for you.
It's not normal to go from level 133 to level 1 so suddenly.
Of course it's not normal.
Yeah, I know. You're right. It's definitely not normal, but...
For Bayonetta? Yeah, I absolutely believe
my
that.
enemy's not normal either.
I absolutely believe that she did. Why wouldn't she?
If that dangerous
good
power
character
or whatever
designer.
she was talking about can help, then I've got
She made a
no
character that
choice
she
but
wanted to
keep
play.
using this
Can you
character.
imagine that?
That sounds pretty serious to me. Oh well, anyway, good luck.
Yeah.
You know what? Come to think of it.
Yeah, she
didn't
made a
that
character
lady
she'd want to
say
play
that
as.
She had already called the Moon Tree Guild?
It's hardly
just
an
a
amazing
bluff.
concept.
She lied?
No, not a lie exactly. That old hag just never said she had actually called them.
A bluff, huh? She's quite the strategist.
Yeah. But remember, that also is from
What's
the.
What are we doing
I'm
wasting
not
our
even gonna get into
time?
that. I'm not going to get into that.
Mean, what if those player killers come back
Just
here?
Ignorance abounds.
Yeah, good point. Let's hurry back to town.
Ignorance abounds. Okay, so here's our rank. And we get a new first word. Because I didn't get all the surprise attacks, which doesn't matter. Okay, so do I get control and agency of the game yet?
Why don't you have Moontree protect you?
We are almost 2 hours
That's
in,
right. You've got those really
and I've made
strong-looking PKers
no
after
choices
you.
yet.
Moontree is a guild that supports the abolishment of PKs.
And part of their mandate includes helping PK victims out.
The PKK penalty, Eve. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying right there, man. Eve exists. Eve Online exists. You want to talk about some
damn. You want
PK
me to
shit?
beg those hard-headed dorks to protect me? Forget about it. I'd rather be PK'd than be protected by all those lecturing loudmouths.
Yep. Of course,
Seriously,
you'd be saying
who makes
that
a charity group in a
right
game?
in front of Moontree member right here.
Haseo.
What's wrong?
Not just any Moontree member, but one that you
How long
saw
have you been
before
standing there?
when you were level 133.
What? You got a problem?
I think this design is based on some of the earlier game design as well from the
We don't
previous
understand
dot hack
anything
stuff.
about Moontree, okay? We're just trying to make the world a more enjoyable place.
You're
We just want
idealistic
to reach an
trash is what
understanding
you
with
are.
everyone. I mean, doesn't everyone feel like being nice to
Everything in
someone
this is
sometimes?
such surface level
We wanna
bullshit.
protect those feelings. We
There
wanna
is
be
no
able to
depth here.
protect those
There is the
feelings.
illusion of depth, but there's no
everyone likes to make
real
fun of
depth to any of this.
saying we're just some
It is
charity group
all
or some cult.
surface level trash.
We just want to improve together with everyone else. We are not here to
Because this is
lecture
baby's
anyone.
first video game.
Do you get it? Do you understand? Do you, Haseo?
You...
Please, take this.
Yes, get her ID. There you go.
Huh?
I'm going to do everything within my power to explain Moontree to you. I want you to better understand who we really are.
I can at least understand her character motivation.
a say in
That
this?
was stupid, but I can understand it where she's coming from.
Yes?
She genuinely cares about Moontree and what their
So,
goals is,
how did
or
you
what
even
she believes
recognize
their
me
goals
anyway?
to be,
I
and
mean,
just saw
I
Haseo
don't
there
look
doing
anything
it.
like I used to before.
Well, I guess it's because you're still you.
Yes.
It's true that I didn't recognize recognize you at first, but soon after that, I realized it was you.
Yeah.
Oh, Sakaki's
The inflation in
calling, so I have to get
Eve.
going now.
God, yes.
But I'll tell you a lot more about Moontree next time.
Yeah, I tried playing Eve Online. It's not my
Was she
thing.
a member of Moontree?
I mean, it's
That's
great for the people who play it, and I love how many people, how many
friends with a
games have
Moontree
tried
member,
being a
the
competitor
PKers
to
are
it.
bound to leave you alone.
You're not going to.
Man.
You're not going to pull people away from Eve.
Even though she's got
The people
same
who like
face and
that style of
everything,
game
she's
have
definitely
Eve.
not Shino.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Of course, there's also Star Citizen,
that was all really
the game that will
interesting.
never be.
Okay.
But you can keep
We're
paying
gonna
into
head
it
for
anyway.
another area. How about you, Haseo?
No,
Excuse me.
Okay, got it. Well, if you need anything, just call us.
We'll help you out.
All right, so
See ya.
do I get to play the game yet?
Yeah. Later.
We are 2 hours in. Do I have agency yet?
God, I'm so beat. What was that about? And what about that woman? And the
Come
dangerous
on.
power she talked
Come
about?
on. Finish the cutscene.
I'll log out and check my email or something.
Okay. So, no, I don't have agency yet. Party, can't do it. So we are 2 hours in, and no, we are not yet free. But that's it for the day. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. Now, some of that was, again, quote, reading, unquote, all of that lore stuff on the forums and various things, which I just skipped through. I didn't actually stop and read the thing again because I've read it before. When we get to the second and third game, I will have to read those. But 2 hours in, I still have no agency in this game. Quote, game, unquote. You're going to find that you really don't have agency in this game for most of it. Agency, by the way, being, player choice. The ability to determine the course of things yourself. You, in this, quote, game, unquote, are being dragged through a story whether you want to be or not. No, it really couldn't be worse. Even Sword Art Online, it really could not be worse than this. Trust me. I've played through this first part. There's no game here. This is a game in the loosest sense. Like, if you made an anime that required you to do a Candy Crush style match 3 between episodes, it would almost be better than this. That is how bad this is. This is not written as a video game. This is an anime that you have to push buttons to watch the next episode of. That is all this, quote, game, unquote, is. And we will see more of it tomorrow. Because I already started an hour late, so I'm an hour late right now, and I'm hungry. I'm going to go get lunch. And quite frankly, I want to actually go play a real video game. So I'm thinking, yeah, no, it's not. It really isn't. The gameplay in this is pathetic. Even worse than the previous dot hack games. It is some of the most boring gameplay I've ever seen. And we'll get into it. Oh, we'll get into it. This game is garbage. It really is on my shit tier list. It is right next to Legacy of the Wizard, which is why I'm streaming it, to show why it is this bad. As I said, We're 2 hours in, and I still have not had any choice in the game. I've not been able to make decisions at all. I've not had freedom to do whatever I would like to do in this game. We're not there yet. And when we get there, I'll show you how quick it's over. But that's going to be another day. I will continue this tomorrow. Until then, and I'm going to go through all 3 of these, not all in a row. But it's going to be, I'm going to play part 1. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to do a game or 2 as a break and go right into part 2. I want to get all these done. Until then, take care, Internet. Enjoy the games you play.